My next guest this evening is an Emmy award-winning writer and performer. His book, Rush Limbaugh is a Big Fat Idiot, is currently a bestseller, not to mention kind of fun to say. Please welcome Al Franken. Now, you know, we had Brian Williams out here. We grilled him on some questions about what's really going on behind the scenes.
He did very well, too.
He's very, yes, and he's a very attractive man as well.
Yes.
And my question for you is, we were talking about how the race, so many people had felt that it was over, that there was no mystery to it. When do you think actually Dole knew that it was really over?
Well, evidently, I think he knew like a month ago. Mm-hmm. But evidently, they had prepared concession speech. They conceded early by a mistake.
There was like some kind of mix-up. What happened?
They conceded, they sent to all the different news organizations a fax saying, we concede at like about 9:30. Mm-hmm. And a half hour later, they sent one saying, we made a mistake. We don't concede anything. And then at 11 o'clock, they say, we concede. And if there was a metaphor for their campaign, it was they couldn't even concede right.
Why did that happen? Does anybody know what happened? How do you concede by accident?
A gremlin got in their fax machine. That was officially what they said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Well, how do you feel about this? Do you feel that it's a good thing? Are you happy or disappointed that that there isn't a majority also for the Democrats in the House and Senate?
Yeah, as you can probably guess from the title of my book, I'm a Democrat. But, you know, it is nice to have Gingrich to kick around some more. And, you know, he is the most unpopular politician in America. His favorable rating right now is only 4 points higher than the Unabombers. Really.
You're not kidding, are you?
No.
Is the Unabomber, like, upset about this?
Well, he's at 11, the Unabomber.
I love that.
To meet those 11 that are like, I think the Unabomber's a good guy.
Yeah. He's not so bad. That's incredible. Well, what do you think, in retrospect, now that it's over, and this is an all-consuming passion of yours, what did Dole, in your opinion, do wrong?
Well, I think picking Kemp was kind of a mistake. I remember how excited. I was in San Diego during the Republican convention. The Republicans were all excited about Kemp because they said he was going to add a lot of minority voters to the Republican ticket. And Newt Gingrich said this is a quote, Jack Kemp has showered with more blacks than most Republicans have shaken hands with. And this was supposed to be, this was viewed as a reason for optimism.
What a strange thing to say.
Yeah.
And did they stick with this quip, the Republicans?
Gingrich has used it many times.
Uh-huh.
No.
Okay.
Also, speaking of quips, my favorite moment in, I don't know if you noticed this, did you watch both debates?
Yeah, actually, no, I didn't see the second one. I was out of the country, but I saw the first one.
In the second debate, Dole told the same joke that he told in the first one. He told the joke about the trial lawyer calling him when he fell down off the stage. Mm-hmm. The trial lawyer called me before I hit the ground, which is a good joke the first time, but the second time was a real grandpa mistake. You know, Grandpa, we know the joke, you know? And it was just, so that...
Someone shouted that out, probably.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, you know, it's a lot of armchair quarterbacking going on now. What do you think Dole did right in his campaign?
Well, I thought Liddy Dole was a great asset for him. You remember in the convention when she went down on the floor and got people from his life to stand up and tell about Bob Dole? Mm-hmm. And she did it beautifully, because it could have been awkward, like when she got his first wife to stand up and said, what was it like when Bob said, Bob Dole wants out? And that could have been awkward, but she handled it so well.
Uh-huh.
So
they probably, you know, advanced guy probably checked to make sure
so they got the family values thing. They did that right.
Are we going to hear, so Liddy, she'll be around some more, right? I mean, people liked her.
Well, Dole may have to now be a political spouse. Mm-hmm. That may be his next job.
Yeah, he may be at home baking bread and stuff.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. Now, what about future elections? What do you think is going to change? You know, there was a lot about this election that was new for people. What are we going to see in...
They have to do a lot of reform. Like, remember, the Republicans were complaining that Clinton didn't release his medical forms. There's a lot of speculation as to why. So I have an idea, which is anybody who's going to run for president has to go into like a CAT scan thing, you know, like the official Federal Election Committee CAT scan thing, and then they put the results like on the internet so that maybe by the year 2004, any third grader could like take a tour up any of the president's orifices or his urethra, you know, check it for scarring or something like that. So this is my idea.
I don't know why that doesn't have more support in this country.
2004
is the projected
date of that. The commission is working. I just happen to know they're working on this.
Okay. This is very inspirational. I'm glad you came by. The book, of course, is in paperback now.
Yes.
Doing very well. Hysterical book. Rush Limbaugh is a big, fat idiot, and other observations. You can find that everywhere. Al Franken, thanks so much for coming back. Good to have you here. Al Franken, everybody. We'll take a break. They might be giants. We'll be with us in a second.